Jessie. Today I'm going to be talking about dial movement patterns of ocean sunfish Mola of southern California. And the word dial means it involves whole day, which means 24 hours. The dial means the involved 24 hours as a whole day. And the ocean sunfish is equal to Mola. Then its introduction. Okay, the characteristic of Mola is that they have big dorsal fin and anal fin, but they don't have caudal fins. This clovus structure is formed by dorsal and anal fins. Then is Mola's activities. They inhabit subtropical to temperate pelagic waters worldwide, and most frequently be observed during daylight hours basking at the sea surface. And they also the largest teleosts. And they feed on gelatinous zooplankton, involve cells and medusae and sea cannibals. And they are comprise a large percentage of the bycatch in gillnet fisheries. In the eastern Pacific, ocean sunfish numerically comprise 29% of the total catch of the California gillnet fishery for swordfish. And observations of the gillnet fishery indicate that the ocean sunfish are caught at night in gillnets set at depth between 12 and 15 meters. We can realize that ocean sunfish's movement are into this range at night. And based on this limited information, we can hypothesize that they occur near the surface by day and deeper by night. So to test this hypothesis, we conducted an acoustic telemetry tracking study of Mola of southern California. And additional goals of this study were to make sure the preferred depth range of ocean sunfish and quantify fine-scale horizontal and vertical movement patterns related to oceanographic factors like temperature, dissolved oxygen, and so on. Then is material and method. Also, how to track Mola. Ocean sunfish were spotted basking at the surface or founding associated with kelp patties, like this one. Okay, so once located, fish were captured by igniting. Then they were measured and externally tagged with the temperature and depth using acoustic transmitters. And these transmitters were covered by a nylon starch, and it was inserted about 2 centimeters deep in the integument, like the skin of the clovus immediately. About data analyzed. Each trace was plotted on a digital chart of the central channel. This is the island. We have the experiment on it using ArcView GIS version. And we also have man-Whitney U-test and circular statistic and parity test to test the RM and linearity and descent and ascent rates. Okay, and then is result and discussion. This is 8 ocean sunfish we have detected. And this is the total length, and this is the depth tracked and time tracked like this, and track distance. And we will talk about R later. And let's realize more about their movements details. First is horizontal movements. So you can see that Mola is move a mean of 26.8 kilometers a day. And you can see only of the 8 tracked fish travel north way, and 3 travel perpendicular to California counter current, and 3 fish follow a southeasterly trajectory. Like this. Okay. So it means ocean sunfish are active swimmers. And another special things in horizontal movement is they have high directionality. This R is which is indicate when the number is closer to 1 than if the line is more straight, like this, more straight, and number is more closer to 1. Okay, then it has high directionalities. So this shows this island may represent a temporary resting location. Okay, the next one is vertical movements. So this is ocean sunfish's vertical movement. So you can see during daytime periods, they were often characterized by repeated dives below the thermocline. Like this. Yeah. Okay, so and another thing is during nighttime periods, vertical movements were confined to the mixed layer above or within the thermocline. So and these are the 8 ocean sunfish's vertical movement. It's similar that they repeat dive at day. Here, at day, it's repeat dives. Okay, and so why do they do like that? So in the vertical movements in daytime period, we have 3 possibilities. The first is it's influenced by their prey. Many common gelatinous plankton found in southern California waters are vertical migrators. And another possibility is influenced by temperature, because they tend to rewarm their core body temperature. We call behavioral thermal regulation. And the other possibilities is influenced by dissolved oxygen, because average oxygen concentrations at 150 meters here is an avoidance responses in many marine fish species. And what about in the nighttime period? We have 2 possibilities. The first is ocean sunfish actively forage in the mixed layer by night, but have little need for movement because migrating prey are near the surface. And the other is ocean sunfish become relatively quiescent in the warm mixed layer by night, which may confer many metabolic advantages as a post-dive period. Okay, so the second hypothesis is supported by the lower maritime RMs we observed. The lower, so this hypothesis is supported. And this is our conclusion. So ocean sunfish tracked in this study were found to spend 7.5% of the time within the upper 20 meters of the water column at night. So based on our data, increasing the minimum mandated net depth to 20 meters would likely result in a reduction of ocean sunfish by catch of 20 to 25%. But however, there's still a problem in this study because the depth distributions of swordfish here, swordfish is our target fish in the fishery. And this depth distribution is not well known. So predict the effort of lowering gillnet catch rates of these target species. Okay. Thanks for listening.
So 11 minutes 20 seconds. Oh, so 10 minutes. Sorry, 10 minutes 26. Q&A. Sam. Kevin Lu. Sarah. Roy. Okay, starting with Sam.
Could you show the result of the day and night movement?
Yeah.
Yes. It shows at night the Mola will swim on the surface. However, in your introduction, you say that the Mola will swim at the sea surface at day, and at night they will dive into the deeper sea.
Oh, but actually they will, at day they still need to go to sea surface because maybe they tend to recover their leaking oxygen. And you can see here is people see observe their basking on the surface, so it makes sense. Yes.
Next. Kevin Lu.
Okay. Can you go back to the next page?
Next page. Okay.
What does this break in the x-axis?
Oh, you mean the black bar?
Okay.
This is mean the at night. Yeah. And here at night 8 p.m. I guess. That's all.
Sarah.
So I want to make some figure. And how do you distinguish day and night?
Actually, we distinguish day and night and based on the local times of sunset and sunrise. So this time in California is sunset and this is sunrise.
Roy.
How do you compare kids? They are a group or individual?
Oh, it's not mentioned in this study, but I guess it's in the individual because we catch them just they move along, so I think it's individual.
Volunteer question, Annie. I take only, sorry. I can take only 3. Sorry, one of you have to ask later. Did you ask already today?
Yes.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. You start from your what's the name?
Cancel.
Cancel.
What does ROM mean?
Oh, ROM means rate of movement. Yeah.
Okay.
So, did the article explain why the sunfish swim like that, or they move like that, like those routes in at page 15? Like, why do they swim like that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's the focus like that. I don't know. Yeah. Or maybe it's they tend to be found their prey. Yeah. I don't know.
Who's the last one? What's your name?
Alan,
Ellen.
may I ask you, the methods you're using the UGS. Can you explain what kind of machine or something like that? What's UGS that you mentioned your method?
Maybe it's
our understand you will explain the development.
in here or
No,
oh
in a slide where you
Yes,
show
slide.
arc views, GIS.
Okay.
What's that?
oh yes.
Yeah, UGS. What's it?
Actually, I don't know what is this, but it's used to we use it to plot digital chart to the same table channel in this island, like this picture. Oh, sorry, this picture.
It's a software. It's like a Google map.
Oh, it's
Okay. Okay, so I think a major weakness is the slides are wordy, which means you have a lot of text. Yeah, of course that would be easy for your presentation, but unfortunately I think based on the phrases used on this text, they are actually not really for spoken language because the words are a bit difficult for spoken language. Okay, so I have the feeling that there are probably many of them are sentences in the paper. Is that right?
Probably.
Yeah. So it would be better that you can use easier words, like spotted. If I would say there are see, people see that, something like that. That would mean easier words. Okay, spotted would be literally, okay, for written language. So I think I would reduce the word count next time, and then try to use like in daily conversation, the words you would use, so that it's easier to, or it's more interesting to follow. Because literary language can be a bit boring, and people will always contemplate, think, what does that word really mean? Okay. And another thing that I have mentioned earlier is what's the problem with the slide here?
Doesn't have any words.
No. Let's see. Stephanie, what's the problem with the slide here? You don't know. Pinjan, what's the problem of the slide here?
I think there are too many information that we actually don't need to know.
Okay, the real problem is I have said many times, I ask you not to paste the table from the paper. Whenever you want to paste the table or you want to use information from the table, you should do it yourself. And then you can choose what you want to present. And you can also color code the important number information. So you have to be selective because very often the table provides more information than the audience should know. So I would do the table again myself. And then when presenting this figure, that's the reason why people start to ask, what's this? Because you didn't introduce the axis, and you didn't introduce the gray lines. And you probably, during your presentation, you say this is the dive path of the Mola, but you didn't introduce this. So next time you have to introduce the figure and you have to tell people, I assume that as an undergrad in oceanography, you should know how to identify thermocline. But in case, if some students don't, you have to say how to tell where is the thermocline, right? You should be able to say how to say where is the thermocline. And then here, I think here there's missing data. In the paper, there's another graph showing data and XY plot, which actually supports. Because since you think this is something that you want to discuss, then you should show the data. That's actually very straightforward. This one.
Yes.
Yeah, you should show, okay, there seems to be a correlation, so therefore, I leave the data for your talk too. I think there's a missing data here. And then, what's wrong here? Do you know that?
I should use oxygen or not O2.
Oh, of course you can use this, but what's the problem of that? You know that? I think it's chemistry prerequisite for our undergrads. Okay. Sally, what's the problem here?
Oh my god.
You know the problem already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I was saying nothing. Oh.
Okay. Okay. So I think overall, I have a feeling that you should be able to get them. And if next time you don't rely so much on the text you put here. As I said, these are really literary. 就是很文学性的 because I think these are a bit like sentence in the paper. It's not really like we talk to our friends about our finding. So these are a bit too literary, and if I were you, I would reduce the text count, and whenever possible, I think you can split some of the discussion back to your observation and also to the data, so that your discussion is better linked to your data. And also, in some places, you can add more images. Like you talk about this, I think it reads gillnet. You talk about the bycatch issue, and then gillnet visually. So I think this is actually the space where you can put a photo of gillnet. So that people know, oh, that means gillnet. Okay. So if I were you, I would reduce the word count, and then I add more images, and I split this really wordy discussion. I try to split them into the data slides, so that I know, okay, this is based on this data and so on. Okay. So thank you, Jessie.